We're going to discuss what's the new updates in Adobe Illustrator 2022. There are very few features as added, remaining most of the things are same. Let me open a new file now. It's all, everything is similar only in the print. I'm going to take an A4 file and landscape mode. It's okay. So mainly the updation comes in 2022. It is 3D. In 3D, there are few sessions has updated, which is regarding extrude, bevel, and all, which we were doing before. You can see these are the options which is comes new, and this the classic also they kept over here. This is the things what we have used before, but these are the things which is new one, and especially materials and all. Hope if you know the 3ds Max, sorry, if you know the Adobe Photoshop materials, it is almost similar things they have added to Adobe Illustrator also. Now, extra things, most of the tools are same. They added one rotate view tool here. This is which is new one. So that means you can rotate your viewport. You know, if you want to get back, you can press escape key from the keyboard. Reminding, no, there is no updation much, and based on the clouds and all, there are some other updations. But by tools, these options, which is the rotate tool, and in effects, which is called 3D and material. These are the updation came. Actually, when you click any one option, you're going to get this window property box, which is 3D and materials, or you can go to window and take 3D and materials. Two way you can access this property box. Show you quickly some of the exercise. What we have done it before, the same 3D extrude and bevel. This is also same thing, but we have some advanced things inside. So we choose a color over here and a little bit darker color. So usually what we do to do extrude, we go here, 3D material, we choose extrude and bevel, or this is the before, right? We were using extrude and bevel, classic, it is written. Now I'm going to click on the new one, extrude and bevel. See what's the difference happen, same only, but either you can do from there, or once you got this property box, you can click on extrude. It's also come, okay? Default one, which is on the plane. Plane means normally you can rotate only. Even we were having rotate option in the previous Adobe Illustrator version also, same thing. In extrude, when I click it, I'm going to get extrude with the depth. Of course, depth you can increase it. Similar like before also, we were having an option to turn cap off and all. So same thing is here also. If you go to rotation area, you can rotate this box. You can see all other sides. Of course, we were doing before also same. So going to keep it this way. Now here, there is an option called bevel. In the bevel option, if you switch on the bevel, you see the borders can make it. For example, it's a classic. So the bevel can adjust like this. Let me rotate it. Right. So classic option is the, which I'm using this editing. You can see the height and all. You can repeat that same shape there. Choose round, like Photoshop bevel and impose, you know, similar option. Of course, you can repeat it. And convex option, classic outline option. These are the few things which we have done before, similar things. Here also they have updated. Okay, but it's interesting comparatively. The older version, you can see some good updation happen over here. Bevel inside, bevel outside, and all, which is available. And one more thing, if you do any changes on this, you see the updation happen. You need to know one thing in Adobe Illustrator, the new version. In window preferences, we go to performance. In the performance, there is an option called real-time drawing and editing. You need to switch on this option. When you switch on this option, then only what are the changes you do. Before, hope you remember, you do all the things, then later the updation, once you press OK, then only the updation will coming. Now the real time, when you do any changes over here, the updation instantly update in the viewport. Okay, that's a big difference, comes from the previous version to 2022. So here you need to remember these options. You need to switch on in window preferences, performance, real-time drawing and editing options. When you switch on, you see the performance will be increasing on it. So the live editing will work proper. So you see what are the changes you do it, you know, you can do at the same time. Previous version, it was not possible that, okay. So, and moreover this, there are a few more couple of options over here, except the object. You have seen now everything. You can go to from here to material. Material means they have added a lot of material which we have might have seen similar things in Adobe Photoshop. You see there are many options over here, many different type of material over here. So including bevel and emboss, including what is that, bump mapping. Okay, so this all they have added. So even if you choose some material from here, you can control many other detail in that material. Like if anybody have done the 3D software, you might know very well about it. You can adjust the roughness. I will recommend to you, you can practice it. You can just adjust it. You will understand the difference what happened. Contrast on the roughness and concrete spread, which they have added. Not a big changes over there. You can on and off. Yeah, concrete spread, which is added. So they added that, the concrete area, it comes everywhere. See it, when you, what are the material which you take, you can see the property might have, of course, there are difference on it. Some difference you can find on it. Bricks amount is X and Y axis we are changing. If you're doing with the configuration, the machine configuration is very less, so of course, little bit will be heavy, but not too much, you can manage it. Then position of X and Y. This is actually is a single texture. The texture is repeating again, different way. Okay, that's what happens in material. So similar, there are many other material. You need to explore one by one material from here, which you want to choose it. You can try. We could choose the default material. Okay. You can go to lighting. If you go to lighting, there are different type of lighting. Either we have standard light and diffuse light. Is there, you see the difference happen, and top left light and right light. For example, I choose diffuse. You can increase and decrease the intensity, and rotations can be, the light, actually light rotation happens over here. Height of the light, the position is from down, is moving up. Okay, that way the height can be adjusted. Softness of the light, of course, can be increase and decrease it. Ambient light means overall light, everywhere. If I switch off it, you see, this is the effect of only a particular light. But when you do ambient light, the environment light, we feel it. Okay, environment, we feel everywhere there is a light. That intensity can be increase and decrease it. And the shadow can switch on it. The shadow gonna come because we have no other surface over here. Behind the object is the, below the object is the distance, how much you want. You can increase and decrease. Okay, so you can crop it. That some of the similar options which happens based on the lighting. So we know object, now material and lighting, which we have done. Even when you do any kind of materials and all, in the right side you can see render with the ray tracing. Ray tracing means when you switch on this ray tracing, then only reflection, refraction, what is this? Mainly reflection, refraction. These things will happen when you switch on this this option. So if you choose some material, if there is a reflection is there or refraction is there, okay, that I will show you something with the 3D Revolve and all. Of course, in the Revolve, we can, I hope you can see much more better result from them. So when you switch on, so if you don't need this, don't need to switch on always, because each times you click or each time you do any changes, it will automatically render again, each time render. So your machine may maybe get more heavy. So if you need the end of the time only, you need to switch on this option. Okay. I'll show you again with the 3D Revolve, this option. So I hope we have covered the main thing, and plane and extrude has covered, and Revolve option. Hope you know Revolve. We have done many exercise with the pen tool. I'm going to make a simple shapes. I'm going to create a simple bottle. Just add this. Yeah, shape is almost this. Let's look okay. And cool. Right. Hope it looks fine. So here now for the bottle on the top, I'm not going to add anything else. This look okay. Choose a color. Then effects, we consider this the center line. This is the center point. So if you want to make the width of the bottle less, you can reduce it. Then, we don't need to go to option, because if the property box is switch on now, these all options are available instantly. If you click Revolve, you're going to get the result. Now you see the difference happen when you do this ray tracing. The glossiness, it's visible. Glossiness means the specularity. If you have an object, if any light is coming there, if the subject is glossy, if it is reflective, or if it is refractive, there is a glossiness happens. Glossiness shape will be based on the original shape. The shape is a little bit spherical, and of course you're going to get your specularity is spherical way. Or if your shape is a cylindrical, now something like which I have done like a bottle, of course it's going to come similar shapes only, and it's not in a circle way. So this ray tracing happens because when we switch on this option. If you don't want, you can switch off it. Okay, if you need it, you can switch on. Because I told you already, the machine may get heavy. So once you've done all the changes, the final render time only, you can switch on it. That will recommend to you. So this is, I hope you know this one all before we have done it, similar kind of sheets, but only the big changes, what you can see, live updation happens here. And the offset means the width of the bottle going to be increase and decrease. This all affects, it is there in the previous version also. There is no more changes, but you can see the live updation. But that give you good result. Each time we have to do some changes and we press OK and wait before. But now it's very interesting. See the live updation happen. And if you need, you can switch on, you can switch off and out. Capital will not work over here. So that's very interesting. Now you can see in material, you can try to give material over here. Now you switch on your ray tracing also. You can see beautiful result. This look like which we have done in any 3D software. Similar lot of materials available here, which you can import also material from internet. You can download and use any kind of material. It will be you will be getting the result here. So I think not a good result for the bottle. It is available here. Even if you choose any material, okay, if you choose a material, you try to change everything from here. You try to customize it. Most of the options are available below. Each material when you choose, lots of options behind you. So below you can see to customize it that. Okay, so try to explore it. We go back to a default material, the color what I have given. Of course, remember this option to get it a perfect result from here. So the material is one of the most important thing which just came a new update in 2022. And lighting we discussed, but you can see a beautiful result if you do on the Revolve this lighting. You see the changes how it happened. Let me switch off this for time being, and you see the changes. Once it's okay, then try to switch on. You can see the reflection, a beautiful way it has organized here, that the specularity. That's the highlight in 2022, which you can see in the 3D. You can see a lot of changes happens on that. What are the changes happen on the rotation? Before you have remember when I was doing from the extrude, when I changing the rotations, you cannot see much difference. Now the specularity is there on the bottle. So it look very interesting. Like when I'm changing, you see that the updations happens over there. And of course, the ambient light intensity, I explained to you before that what is ambient light. The overall light around on the bottle, overall light, it is visible over here. Of course, shadow can be switch on and switch off. It's also we discuss this on there, or we're going to keep it on the below object. Below objects. So you see this distance is very important. Let me switch off for time being. I can increase the shadow bounds, then it's visible. So shadow before we used to create separate. So the shadow is perfectly we are getting in 2020. These are the main updation came in 2022. Especially I can say 3D, reminding all are same, but your performance is much better now. Before it was the system used to crash when do 3D and all. Now it's not getting system not getting crashed. Okay, so reminding, I think almost the things are same only. Just belongs to the cloud things. There are some updation that which I am not mentioning. Just explain to you which is the tools and things which is updated in 2022. So that's all. Hope you understood the new changes what it came to 2022. Okay,